They're running, I heard in a voice yell joyfully. Look at the dirty run. It seemed to me the voice belonged to Chubit, but I couldn't be sure. I tried to sit up. I saw the Socs were getting into their cars and leaving. Tim Shepard was swearing blue and green because his nose was broken again, and a leader of the Brumley boys working over one of his own men because he had broken the rules and used a pipe in the fighting. Steve lay doubled up and groaning about 10 feet from me. We found out later that he had 3 broken ribs. Soda Pop was beside him, talking in a low, steady voice. I did a double take when I saw Two-Bit, blood streaming down one side of his face and one hand busted wide open. He was grinning happily because the Socs were running. We won, Derry announced in a tired voice. He was going to have a black eye and there was a cut across his forehead. We beat the Socs. Daly stood beside me quickly for a minute, trying to grasp the fact that we had really beaten the Socs. Then, grabbing my shirt, he hauled me to my feet. Come on, he half dragged me down the street. We're going to see Johnny. I tried to run, but stumbled, and Daly impatiently shoved me along. Hurry. He was getting worse when I left. He wants to see you. I don't know how Dallas could travel so fast and hard after being knocked around and having his sore arm hurt some, but I kept up with him. Track wasn't ever like the running I did that night. I was still dizzy and only a dim realization what was going on and what was going and why. Daly and Buck had Buck Merrill's T-Bird parked in front of our house, and we hopped into it. I sat tight as Daly roared the car down the street. We were on 10th and sirens came on behind us. I saw a reflection of the red light flashing the windshield. Look sick, Daly commanded. I'll say I'm taking you to the hospital, which will be the truth enough. I leaned against the cold glass of the window and tried to look sick, which wasn't too hard, feeling the way I felt right then. The policeman looked disgusted. All right, buddy, where's the fire? The kid, Daly jerked his thumb toward me. He fell off his motorcycle. I'm taking him to the hospital. I groaned, and it wasn't all fake out. I guess I looked pretty bad, too, being cut and bruised like that like I was. The fuzz changed his tone. Is he real bad? Do you need an escort? How would I know if he's bad or not? I ain't a doc. Yeah, I could use an escort. And the policeman got back into his car and heard suck Daly's hiss. Sucker. The siren ahead of us made record time getting to the hospital. All the way, Daly kept talking and talking about something, but I was too dizzy to make it out most of it. I was I was crazy, you know that kid? Crazy for wanting Johnny to get out of trouble, for not wanting him to get hard. If he'd been like me, he'd never been in this mess. If he'd got smart like me, he'd never run into the church. That's what you get for helping people. Editorials in the papers and a lot of trouble. You better wise up, Pony. You get tough like me, or you don't get hurt. You look out for yourself and nothing can touch you. He said he said a lot more stuff. I didn't get it all. I had a stupid feeling that Daly was out of his mind, the way he kept raving on and on, but Dallas never talked like that. But I think now I would have understood if he hadn't been sick at the time. The cop led us off to the hospital, and Daly pretended to help me out of the car. The minute the cop was gone, Daly let go of me so quick I almost fell. Hurry! We ran through the lobby and crowded people past the elevator. Several people yelled at us, I think because we were pretty racked looking, racked up looking, but Daly had nothing on his mind except Johnny, and I was too mixed up. I know anything, but I had to follow Daly. When we finally got to Johnny's room, the doctor stopped us. I'm sorry, boys, but he's dying. We've got to see him, Daly said, and flicked out two-bit switchblade. His voice was shaking. We're going to see him, and If you give me any static, you'll end up on your own operation table. The doctor didn't bat an eye. You can see him, but it's because you're his friends, not because of that knife. Daly looked at him for a second, then put the knife back in his pocket. We both went into Johnny's room, standing there for a second, getting our breath back in heavy gulps. It was awful quiet. It was scary quiet. I looked at Johnny. He was very still, and for a moment I thought in agony, he's dead already. We're too late. Daly swallowed, wiping the sweat from his upper lip. Johnny Cake, he said in a voice. Johnny Cake. Johnny stirred weakly, when then opened his eyes. Hey, he managed softly. We won, Daly panted. We beat the Socias. We stomped them, chased them out of our territory. Johnny didn't even try to grin. Useless. Fighting's no good. He was awful white. Daly licked his lips nervously. They still writing editorials about you in the paper for being a hero and all. He was talking too fast and too calm. They're all, yeah, they calling you a hero now and heroes and all the greasers. We're all proud of you, buddy. Johnny's eyes glowed. Daly was proud of him, but they're all Johnny ever, that's all Johnny ever wanted. Pony boy. I barely heard him. I came closer and leaned over to hear what he was going to say. Stay gold, pony boy. Stay gold. The pillow seemed to sink a little, and Johnny died. You read about people looking peacefully asleep when they're dead, but they don't. Johnny just looked dead, like a candle with a flame gone. I tried to say something, but I couldn't make a sound. Daly swallowed and reached over to Johnny's hair and pushed Johnny's hair back. Never keep that hair back. That's what you get for trying to help people, you little punk. That's what you get. Whirling suddenly, he slammed back against the wall. His face contracted in agony, and sweat streamed down his face. Damn it, Johnny, he begged, slamming one fist against the wall, hammering it to make it obey his will. Oh, damn it, Johnny, don't die. Please don't die. He suddenly bolted through the door and down the hall.